Your breath is your anchor of your life. What comes between B and D? The answer is C. B is birth, D is death, and between B and D is C. C represents change. Do we have A, B, C? Awareness before change. We cannot understand breath with intellect. I welcome you all to this second session on secrets of breath. A pleasant good evening to each one of you. In the last session, we had discussed about 9 aspects of breath. Those were dominance of the breath, biorhythm of the breath, depth of the breath, length of the breath, cycle of the breath, holding capacity of the breath, pressure of the breath, ways of breathing, and alignment of breath with cosmic energy. So we had discussed these aspects. Today, one missing aspect we will discuss, that is tattva or elements. Everything in this universe is made up of elements. We know there are 5 elements. Now, everybody, do your right hand like this. This one is sky, the middle finger, sky. Then next to that is air, air. Then your thumb is fire, and the pinky finger is water, and ring finger is earth. Please remember this. Body is made up of 5 elements. Whole universe is made up of 5 elements, and surprisingly, your breath is also made up of 5 elements. Your breath has 5 elements. At any given point of time, we discussed there is a dominance of nostril. Either it is left or right. Sometimes it is equal also. But whether it is left or right, but there is a dominance of certain element also. Now, to understand the dominance of element, we will discuss, we will have one full class on that. That's a huge topic and quite an important topic. But for today, we'll just know how do we understand elements with regard to our breath. The shape of the nose, we all know, it's a triangle. From here also, it's a triangle. And if you see from the top also, it's a triangle. So the shape is a triangle. Now, within that triangle, there's a divider. which is called septum. Internally, there is a divider in the nose. On two sides, this nostril, now this is round. Nose is a triangle, but the nostrils are round. The two nostrils are round. So either you are breathing from your left nostril or you are breathing from your right nostril. If the breath comes out from the tip of the nose, that means, say, if the right nostril is operating for me, then if my breath comes out from the tip of the nose, from the top tip of the nose, then it is fire element. Right now, I am under the influence of fire element. If the breath comes out from the side wall, this, if my right, I'm giving example from the right nostril. From my right nostril, this wall, the side wall, now from the middle of the wall, from the middle side wall, if it comes out, then it is air element. So from the tip it is fire, from the side if it comes out it is, sorry, from the tip it is fire, from the side it is air. And if this is the nostril, edge of this nostril, edge, other side, not the septum side, the other side. If the air is touching that portion and coming out, if the air is touching that portion and coming out, then it is water element. Then it is water element. That means your water element is dominant right now. At any given point of time, all the 5 elements will be there in your breath. But what is more dominant? We are talking about that. Like at any given point of time, either it will be left or right. So which is dominant? Left. Left is more, right is less. Similarly, out of these 5 elements, which is dominant? Say air is dominant. So air is more, others are much lesser. Much, much lesser. Here the dominance can be felt much easier. So we got fire, we got air, we got water. Now, if the breath touches slightly the septum, and comes out from this corner, then it is earth element. Basically, earth element does not touch anything inside your nostril. It just touches slightly septum, or in some cases it may not touch even. Because when I had a practical session with a few people, somebody told me that it is not touching my septum. So that could be a scenario with you also. It may not be touching. In some cases it touches, mildly touches septum, or it may not be touching. So it is not touching anywhere and it is just coming out. The fourth one is, the last one is sky element. Now sky element, what happens is your breath rotates inside and doesn't come out. It stops almost here. It is rotating inside. You will feel your breath is rotating inside your nostril and it doesn't come out. It stops almost at the level of the nostril. So these are the 5 elements. Theoretically understanding nostril, the tattvas is not so difficult. But when we go in practice, it could be a little challenge. But there are many ways to determine which tattva at any given point of time is dominant. We shall find out in a different class altogether. One full class will be on tattvas. Last time, we breathe how do we pronounce the word Om? Om is related to the subject, hence I am discussing it over here. In Bible it is said, in the beginning there was a word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. This statement is in Bible. Our scriptures also say almost the same thing. The primordial word is Om. We also call it Pranav. It is the initial sound. We all know that Big Bang theory, the whole universe started with a sound. And what is that sound? That sound is Om. It's also called Pranav. So that's the sound of the nature. Everything has built in that sound. Now, the question is, how do we pronounce that? If you are using it as a prefix in a mantra, then undoubtedly the pronunciation is Om. And when you say Om, it comes from your navel, it goes up, and it is Ma is nasalized. So you don't say Om ma, you don't say Om ma. It's because there is no halant. There is no vowel in it. Ma is a consonant without a vowel. So it's not a complete ma. So Om. So that resonance, that nasalization from your nose should happen. The sound should rise from the navel and should go up to your pineal, rise from your navel and go up to your pineal gland, go and hit the pineal gland. And at the end it is not ma, it is So nasalization, that is important. So that's clear. How long will it be? Depends on you. What will be the ratio of O and Ma? It will depend on you. That sound should go and hit the pineal gland. So navel to the pineal gland. This journey is from navel to the pineal gland. And where is pineal gland? We all know. If you put your fingers just above your ears like that, and fingers also in front, so that intersection point inside your head, your pineal gland is over there. It's quite a small gland, even as small as maybe a grain of wheat. A grain of wheat, only that big. But that gland is very important. That gland is responsible for your spiritualism. How spiritual you are will depend on that gland. So the sound should rise from the navel and keep going up and go and hit the pineal gland. And in Om, the word Ma is to be nasalized. So you are not supposed to say Ma. Because when you say Ma, A is inbuilt into it. But in Om, A is not there at the end. So you'll first breathe in and then you'll breathe out. When you breathe out, then only you can pronounce. And that vibration, you must feel the vibration in your body. Arya Samaj recommends that O should be 3 times Ma. That's why they write, you might have seen in certain books, they write O 3 Ma. You must have seen, that is how they write. Arya Samaj normally writes like that. They don't write Om in the traditional way, the way we write. So there they say that you should pronounce 3 times. I mean, you should elongate O 3 times and Ma should be 1/3 of O. So, don't make it quite technical. It's very simple, very easy. We have been doing it all the time. I just wanted to highlight few points. Now, when you pronounce Om to impact your chakras, then you don't pronounce it like this. Then you don't say Om. Then you don't say like this. Then it has got 3 phonemes. A, U, Ma. A, U, Ma. So you will have to pronounce 3 phonemes separately and each merging into the other. So when you say A, your lower 3 chakras, your base chakra, then comes Swadhisthana, and then Manipur. So these 3 chakras will get impacted. You feel the vibration. And the rise in energy will be in the spinal cord. In the first case, when I say Om, you feel from the navel. This time I'm not saying that you feel from the navel. This time I'm saying you feel from the base chakra. This time I'm saying when you inhale, the energy goes to the base chakra. From Sahasrara, it goes to Mooladhara through the spinal cord. And now when you are exhaling, so it comes up to Manipur. Then from there it gets converted, gets merged into so it will be Manipur, Anahat, Vishuddhi. 3 chakras again. Here, what you are going to do is throat, Agya chakra, and Sahasrara. These 3 chakras will be affected. And the whole energy movement is through your spinal cord. When you are using your spinal cord and when you're pronouncing, when you're saying your mouth is little, bigger. And when you say oo, it becomes smaller. And when you say ma, then it is closed. Ma. In the ma, both the lips are sealed. And you're nasalizing from here. And you feel the vibration in 3 chakras. And vibration where? In the spinal cord. Because all the chakras are related to spinal cord only. They are perpendicular to spinal cord. Yes, somebody was asking something.
Yes, Arunji. I mean, the exhalation with A represents below Mooladhara.
No, not below Mooladhara. From Mooladhara it starts. Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipur. 3 chakras. And for U, it will be Manipur, Anahat, heart, and Vishuddhi, throat. Again 3.
Yeah.
For
the torso is...
it will be throat, Agya, that means 3rd eye, and Sahasrara. Again 3. 3, 3, 3. There are 7 chakras, but you're repeating 2.
Yeah, so that head is torso is U, and below torso is A. Something like that.
U, Ma. And you should feel that vibration. You see, when you correctly pronounce Om, whether Ma or you do Om, there is a frequency of 432. That is the frequency of Om. That natural sound in everything is prevalent. So that 432 hertz frequency you can feel. Those who are familiar with frequency, so 432 hertz frequency is the frequency of Om. And when you are pronouncing Om, both the ways, Uma or Om, in both the ways, when you are inhaling, your belly will bulge out, and when you are exhaling, belly should go in. That is understood in any kind of breathing. For instance, same is the theory for the color, red, green, blue. When you mix these three colors, all the colors in the world are made. Different ratios of these three makes any color. Similarly, these three phonemes, basic sound, if you mix, all the letters are made.
Sir, I'm Shami Sharma.
Yes, please.
My question
Yes,
is of
please tell
the frequency 432 hertz.
Yes.
Why the hertz is 430 is the main condition of the Om is that because I am a flute player and all the flute has been tuned to 430 hertz only.
Okay, so you are very near to that. 430 is very near to 432. Mild adjustment would.
All the flutes are tuned to 432 hertz only.
Okay. So if you are playing the flute, you are getting advantage of chanting Om.
Yeah, it's very easy to chant the Om.
Yes. So it is, if you are chanting Om or you are playing flute, you get both, you get the same advantage.
Yeah.
Excellent. I did not know that flute has.
Flute is also the most ancient instrument out there.
Thank you for informing.
Yes, sir. Interestingly, flute is also the. Yes, sir. Flute is also the most ancient instrument, like that is out there. The most musical instrument. Yes, sir.
Yes, it is one of the most ancient instruments. And this was not known to me that flute has a frequency of 430. So this is excellent. So that gels well with Om. Now, I spoke about those three phonemes in Om. A, U, Ma. A has the energy of Brahma, creation. U has the energy of Vishnu, the maintainer, maintenance. And Ma has the energy of Shiva, destruction. So all the three energies are combining. And one importantly, I forgot to say this, now it comes to my mind. When you say A, U, Ma, after Ma, there is a small pause. That represents the dot on Om. So there is a small pause also. So you can't say Om, Om, Om. No, that will be a mistake. There's a mild pause. There's a small pause after A, U, Ma. So in fact, you can say there are 4 characters or 4 letters, A, U, Ma, and silence. So write this part. This is quite important, that silence is equally important. So 3 phonemes and silence. All of us go to bed with head in the south. That's our first choice and the best choice. And get onto the bed with the dominant nostril. For example, if dominant nostril is right, then we get onto bed with right feet. We touch the bed with right hand first. And always sleep towards your left. Start sleeping from there, and then thereafter, let the body intelligence take over. Wherever body guides you, you can sleep like that.
Sleep with left irrespective of dominant nostril?
Sorry, irrespective of which nostril is dominant. Yes. In the morning when you wake up, you are aware that you have woken up. Don't open your eyes. Now this is very important. this is very important. When you wake up in the morning, when you are aware that you have woken up, don't open your eyes. Keep your eyes closed and you know you are awake. With your eyes closed, you sit on the bed. Now with your eyes closed, try to face yourself towards the north or towards the northeast or towards the east, any side, whichever you like. Face towards this side with your eyes closed. Then whichever nostril is dominant, say your left nostril is dominant, then take the left palm and you can kiss your palm also, no problem. So if your left nostril is dominant, take your left hand, left palm and put it on your mouth. Thereafter, massage your face with the left hand if your left nostril is dominant. So what you do, you massage your face with the left hand and then you massage your whole body. Just give the energy to the whole body with both your hands. And starting from top and right up to the toes in the feet. Thereafter, bring both the hands together in Avahan Mudra. Avahan Mudra is very simple. You're putting the two palms together and this thumb below the base of ring finger. It's very simple. And put the two palms together, put it there, bring it in front of the eyes, and now open your eyes. So what are we doing? First thing we see in the morning is our palm. We are not looking at our mobile phone. We are not looking at anything else in the home. We are not looking at anything else. The first thing when we open our eyes, we look at our palm. And at the top of the palm, when you combine both the palms together, at the top of the palm, there is Mother Lakshmi. There is Mother Lakshmi resides at the top of the palm. In the middle of the palm, Mother Saraswati resides. And at the base of the palm, Govindah, that is Vishnu, resides. So, three energies reside in your palm. So as you open your eyes in the morning, first thing is you look at your palm. Most of us are used to looking at our mobile phone. Don't do that. Even if you have put an alarm to your mobile phone, try to turn it off without opening your eyes. Try to turn it off without opening your eyes. So first time when you open your eyes, you look at the palm. At the top of the palm, there is Mother Lakshmi. In the middle of the palm, there is Mother Saraswati. At the base of the palm, there is Bhagavan Vishnu. Mother Lakshmi represents resources. All the resources she represents. So energy of resources. Mother Saraswati represents knowledge. And Govinda, Bhagavan Vishnu, represents awareness. So if you have money, if you have knowledge, and if you have awareness, tell me, what can't you achieve in life? If you have to define success, success is equal to money plus knowledge plus awareness. That's it. And all the three are residing in your palm, in your hand. Success, I repeat, is equal to money, which is at the top of your palm, knowledge, Mother Saraswati, and at the base, awareness, Bhagavan Vishnu. All the three reside. So this is going to be your homework, and this homework will be lifelong. Every morning when you wake up, please do this. Even if you sleep in the afternoon, as you wake up, do this. Get used to this practice. You have to get used to it. And some days when you forget, again lie down, close your eyes, again get up and do it. So what happens is it gets into your system.
Arunji, I have a question
This-
here.
Yes.
This is Sanjay. And
Yes, Sanjay.
I have a question. You suggested before going to bed, you take certain steps, like whichever nostril is dominant, you put that hand or feet first on the bed and try to sleep straight or leaning towards the left.
No,
now
not straight. I said leaning towards the left, not straight.
Okay.
I didn't say
Now,
to sleep straight.
see, most people will today in today's world, the most challenging part in today's life is to get a good sleep during the night. So like people like me or people in the corporate sector, they have this issue of sleeplessness, because sometimes you wake up in the night and start thinking about your business or your work, or so these things happen in today's world. So what is the best way that at the time of going to bed, what are the things that you should do, either some pranayam or something to get a good night's sleep so that your mind goes free to bed?
Okay, before, so this is how you get up on the bed with your dominant feet. Once you get onto the bed, you are facing, if you are keeping your head in the south, you are facing north. So keep a spot, you can, any red dot or whatever on the north wall, and do tratak for 2 to 3 minutes before you go to sleep. You can do tratak. Tratak is concentration at a particular point. So without blinking your eyes, look at a point without blinking your eyes. So your eyes will get heavy, they'll get watery, little painful. And then once you close your eyes, keep it closed, that's it, and go off to sleep. Don't open your eyes. Then in the morning when you're opening your eyes, you're looking at the palm. So,
okay. And suppose during the night you get up, and then what is the best way again to fall asleep? That same tratak has to be repeated or something else, because you can't switch on the light and focus on something during the night.
What we'll do is, we will have one full session on, we are dealing with certain health issues in those sessions, how to deal with breath, all the problem. So we'll discuss this part also.
Okay.
So insomnia, we'll discuss insomnia there itself.
Right.
Because there are many other things we'll be discussing there.
Okay.
Through
Thanks,
breath,
Arun.
how do we handle these problems?
Okay. Thank you
because
so much.
breath has solution to your career, breath has solution to your relationship, also to your health, and of course spiritualism. So we will find solution in our breath technique. So we were discussing that when we get up, we had discussed that part. Yes. Now everything is not over. Now what else we do? Once we have read our palm, after that what we do is we bend. We are not stepping out of the bed. You're still on the bed. So come on the edge of the bed. Say if you're sitting in the middle of the bed, come on the edge of the bed. When you're on the edge of the bed with your dominant nostril, and now dominance could change anytime. While you were reading your palm, your dominant was left. Now, the moment you in between, the dominance could change. It could become right. It could become left, left to right, right to left. It could change anytime. So as you woke up, it was left. After a few minutes, it became right. Then while you were reading palm, again when you're so this time when you're at the edge of the bed, you have to bend down and touch Mother Earth with your dominant hand. You have to touch Mother Earth with your dominant hand. Say the dominant hand is left. So touch Mother Earth with left hand 3 times, take the energy on your forehead. Touch the earth and take the energy on your forehead. And you apologize to Mother Earth that you're calling her mother and you are stepping onto her. You're keeping your feet on the mother. So you apologize to Mother to forgive you because you are stepping onto Mother. So you apologize, and thereafter what you do, you keep your dominant feet on the ground. Now, if your left nostril is dominant, then you first keep your left feet on the ground. And when you keep your left feet on the ground, then you are supposed to take even steps. That means either 2 or 4 or 6 or 8, whatever. So let's say only 2, because everybody has very small bedroom. They don't have a big bedroom. So you take 2 steps with your left feet. Now, how do you take the 2 steps? 1, this is 1. So you first move the left feet, then you move the right feet, and you bring it. So this is 1 step. This is 2nd step. So you take 2 steps. If it is your right nostril, then you take 3 steps. First the right feet, then the left, then again right, then again left, then again right, then again left. So equal. So three steps you're taking with the right feet. So if it is the left dominant, then take 2 steps. If it is right, then take 3 steps. If it is left, then take the 2 steps towards your left. If it is right, then take 3 steps towards your right. And still you're inside the room. Still you are inside the room. I missed out 1 step. Before you touch the earth, Mother Earth, then before that, if the energy of you feel the dominant side is not left, then you feel moon's energy coming to you. You close your eyes for few seconds, 5 seconds, and feel that moonlight has filled up your whole body. If it is the right, then you feel the sunlight has filled up your whole body. So either it is silver or it is gold. And thereafter you touch the earth and apologize to Mother Earth, and then two steps if it is left, 3 steps if it is right. Now still you are inside the room. The last thing in the morning kriya you have to do is you are stepping out of the room. Now how do you step out of the room? You step out with the dominant feet. If it is left, still it is left, then go out of the room with the left feet. And if it is right, then go out with right feet. And now the morning kriya is over. It took me so long to explain, but to do it wouldn't take you more than 30-40 seconds, or probably maximum a minute. That's all. So your investment every day is only 30 seconds. We were talking about, now we are going into each of those aspects of breath. We are going into detail. So the first aspect was dominance. So now we will discuss dominance into detail. Now, either it is left nostril, or it is right nostril, or it is equal nostril. If it is left, it is called Ida. If it is right, it is called Pingala. And if it is equal, it is called Sushumna. Ida, Pingala, Sushumna. Lunar, solar, Sushumna. There are 72,000 nadis, that means channels inside. 72,000 nadis are there inside. Out of 72,000 nadis, that means, and all the nadis are connected with your spinal cord. So 72,000 nadis are connected, nerves are connected, channels are connected to your spinal cord. They're crisscrossing your whole body, but they are touching the spinal cord. Out of 72,000, 10 are important. 10 nadis are important. Out of those 10 nadis, 3 are most important. And which are those 3? Ida, Pingala, Sushumna. So in total, there are 72,000 nadis, but we shall, for our knowledge of breath, knowledge of 3 nadis is sufficient. And out of those 10 nadis, one is also important, which is called Dhananjay. You'll be surprised to know that for a dead body, the nails even grow in a dead body. Hair even grows. So if you keep the dead body for a few days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, you can see the change. You can see the beard growing. You can see the nails growing. And this is very surprising. Similarly, we are aware that after the death, eye donation can be done. Organ transplant can be done. If a person is dead, how is it possible? His eyes are being removed and put into a blind person. That is possible because of Dhananjay. Now, Dhananjay is a nadi which is active up to 3 to 4 hours, rather 5 hours after death. That means even when a person is dead, medically a person is dead, every system is not dead inside. Few functions are running inside. Few activities are happening inside. Now, what is the function of Dhananjay? Dhananjay keeps few organs alive. Dhananjay is a nadi which is quite important. Dhananjay collects all the information in the body, whatever good and the bad you have done through your lifetime, whatever charities you have done, whatever mistakes you have done, whatever ills you have committed, all that is recorded and a file is made. That file is zipped. And to do that, it takes around 4 to 5 hours. So till such time, Dhananjay is active. Dhananjay collects all the information about your body, about lifetime activities. It's put into a zip file. And when the soul, which has come out of the body, it goes and connects with that soul. Your Dhananjay records are attached to your soul. So when you're reborn in the next life, the soul is same and Dhananjay also is attached to that soul. So Dhananjay knows that what kind of person you were in your past life, what all mistakes you have done in your past life, what all goodness have you done in your past life. So all that good and the bad, when we say everything will go with you, whatever good you have committed, whatever bad you have committed, everything will go with you. That's the truth. So Dhananjay collects all that information, puts it into a zip file and comes out of the body and goes and connects with the soul. Because soul is immortal, we know. Soul is immortal. So when the soul connects with some other body, gets another body in the next lifetime, this Dhananjay goes and tells soul that, oh, he was this kind of person. So all those things, whatever you have done in your past life will get impacted. So your past life does impact you in this lifetime also. That is because of Dhananjay. So that is the importance of Dhananjay. And there are many other features which are not important to this class. If Dhananjay wouldn't have been there, then you cannot do eye donation, you cannot do organ donation because the whole body dies. And then Dhananjay also proves another point. When you listen, see, ears are there. Even when a person is dead, his ears are there, his eye is there, but that eye is not watching anything. Ear is not listening anything. Till few minutes ago, that person was listening. That person was watching something. But now, when he has been declared dead, he cannot see. Now, why he can't see? The eyes are working. Eyes are still working. If you remove the eyes and put it in somebody else, eyes are working. But eyes cannot see. Eyes are working, but eyes cannot see. So that proves a point that you are not the body. You are not the organ. What are you? You are the soul. So the person who was seeing within you was not the eye is the medium. You are seeing through the eyes. You are listening through the ears. Ears are not listening. You are listening through the ears. You are not the ear. You are somebody else. You are the listener. You are listening through the ears. You are the listener. You are not the ear. You are not the eyes. You are not the hand. You are not the body. You are not the mind. You are not the thought. Then what are you? You are consciousness. You are consciousness. You are soul. This topic requires little more deliberation. So we'll go into Ida, Pingla, Sushumna in the next session because it will take some time to elaborate on that. So we'll close at this. Any questions, please?
The breathing is not coming with the both nostrils. Right is
Yes.
more dominant.
Okay, I understand. Shamiji, you have to do two breath practices to get over your COVID problem. That one is Vasishta Pranayam. In the next class, I can teach you how to do Vasishta Pranayam. And the other practice is called proning. Even in the hospitals, doctors teach you proning. P-R-O-N-I-N-G. Proning. So both are breath exercises. So you have to do Vasishta Pranayam and proning, the two breath exercises, to recover fully from COVID.
Okay.
I have known few people, they did these two practices and they're doing quite well right now. Proning, every doctor teaches proning in the hospital, and every yoga teacher teaches Vasishta Pranayam. So these two practices we'll discuss in detail in the next class.
Sure, sir. I will wait for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question?
Yes, Arunji. I have one question. That is that Dhananjay Nadi is nothing but energy when our soul goes out. Then that energy is attached with that soul all the time. Means this Dhananjay Nadi and energy, is that safe?
See, everything, in the words of scientists, everything is energy.
Yeah.
So if you want to say it that way, I have no problem. But let's call it, it's a nadi, it's a channel. Dhananjay Nadi. So one of the 10 nadis, Dhananjay is also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. It is also in Swar Shastra. So Dhananjay has been very prominently mentioned in our scriptures.
Okay.
So you are dead, but still the whole body is not dead.
Yeah.
The prana is out of your body. The moment prana comes out of your body, technically we call the person dead.
Yes.
Once the prana comes out, but once the prana comes out, Dhananjay is still there.
Yeah.
Dhananjay is still inside. Dhananjay doesn't come out. Dhananjay collects all the records about you. He makes your closing balance sheet, everything, and then he comes out and gives the report and gets that file attached to the soul. Yes.
Okay.
Any other
Thank you.
question? You're welcome. If there are no questions, then we'll wrap up the session.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, Shaman.
Sir, as you have mentioned about the 5 elements, so each and every element has a time, or like they appear every time, or like that?
Yes, you are right. So we will discuss about element in detail. There is a color significance, there is a time significance, there is a length significance. There are many aspects to the elements So we will discuss. Yes, time is an important element. Yes, it is. We'll discuss that. It's a very long topic. We will discuss it. Shaman.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anybody else? It seems there are no questions.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
How to know that from which part of nostril breath is out, like from tip, and I don't understand that from breath is come from my tip or edge or something. How can I know?
Today is the second class, and once you start doing this whatever morning ritual, and in the first class, okay, one more, since we don't have time, otherwise I could have discussed one more. See, don't worry, you will be able to understand by the end of the session. You will be able to understand. We have had only 2 classes. Once we have 4 or 5 classes, you will start understanding tattvas also. You will start understanding. And even if you don't understand whether it is coming from the tip of your nose or side of the nose or base of your nose or divider of the nose, if you're not understanding it, doesn't matter. There are many other ways to find out. There are many ways. There are 8 to 10 ways to find out tattvas. So this was just one way. So there are many other ways. We'll be able to do it. It's not a problem. You will be able to do it very easily.
Okay. Thank you.
Arun sir, I have a question. So you
Yes.
said that like once the soul leaves, you leave with some kind of memory, kind of like a memory box in your within the soul itself. So like when a person is born, like I mean I don't know, I was just reading that probably you attract the soul, right, when a woman is pregnant. So I mean you mean like, so how does that really like happen? Just
Devashri, this topic we will discuss in one of the classes. This is the most interesting aspect of.
Sir, I think we lost you.
So if you can remind me, after 4 or 5 classes, we will discuss this, how to invite. If a woman is going for childbirth, then they can do certain practice. Those who want to attain motherhood, they should learn this technique. I'll be describing this. We'll be discussing this, how to attract a noble soul. So you can invite a soul. You can invite a child. Like you choose a child, child also chooses you. It's two-way, you know. So the child also says, oh, this is not a good mummy. Oh, this is not a good papa. So they choose you. They choose you.
I'm just
They see
curious
your
to understand.
appropriateness.
So is it only like based on like the I mean the mother's womb where the child is entering, or it also depends on the people you are surrounded with? And the other question is like,
oh yes, it is. It depends on everything. It depends on everything. A good soul will not come into your womb if you are smoking, you are taking alcohol and all that. So the good soul will say, oh no, I don't like this mummy. I don't want this mother.
So you're saying
So
basically the womb,
a noble soul will refuse to come.
So basically the mother attracts a womb, right? The
No,
mother.
even father has a role. Father, they have to have a loving relationship.
Okay. And so
Father and mother, we are not discussing this topic in full detail. If father and mother are fighting all the time, so it will be very difficult to get a good soul, a noble soul. See,
okay,
there is some mother who got Sri Ravi Shankar as a child. So that mother must be special. She can't be an ordinary mother. There is some mother who got Sadhguru as a child. So that mother must be special. Isn't it?
Yes, sir. So one last question. I know you will be elaborating more on it. Just like curious. I mean, yeah. So like once like you get pregnant, within how I remember you spoke about it earlier, but I just forgot. Like within how many days do you actually attract the soul?
90 days.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. We'll discuss in this. Even, you know, how does your lifestyle pregnancy aspect, we will discuss, because breath is a huge subject. We will discuss this point also. I think the way we are going easily, slowly, we'll take many more classes. And it's okay. If you all are enjoying it, I don't mind.
Arun, just a quick question. Which nostril to activate if you want to increase your appetite?
Right. If you are having food when the sun is at the peak in the afternoon, it could be in some city at 12:30, some city it could be 2 o'clock, some city it could be 1:30, whatever. So if sun is at the peak and your right nostril is active, whatever you eat will get digested immediately. Okay. Any more questions, please? So lunch time should be when the sun is at the peak. That should be your lunch time. So don't make it mechanically that I will eat every day at 12 o'clock or at 2 o'clock. You go by the sun. So that's why there is a, in certain religion, they don't eat after sunset. So you should not eat before sunrise and you should not eat after sunset. And you should eat the maximum at the peak when the sun is at the peak. So your principal meal should be lunch and not dinner. As in the Western world, they say your principal meal is dinner, which is wrong. Your principal meal has to be lunch. Breath is the bridge between body and mind. You know how to control your breath. You know how to control your life. My dear friends, try to master breath and you will be able to master your life. Thank you.